I grew up in a household that was just laden with domestic violence, drug abuse, drug addiction, and I really had nowhere to go after high school. A good friend of mine turned me on to the Wayne County Sheriff's Department, and that's what led me into law enforcement. I was doing what I wanted to do, and education wasn't a priority. As I get later in my career and I start interviewing for new positions, I started looking at applications and other jobs, I saw the mandatory minimums, right? Bachelor's, preferred masters. Made a couple phone calls and they're like, your experience is just outstanding, but we can't even look at you or sit down with you if you don't have your bachelor's degree. So from my perspective, law enforcement, 4 kids, I'm busy, my phone never stops ringing, and I really don't have a lot of time. And to be completely honest with you, I was a little embarrassed to go sit in a class with 18, 19-year-old kids when I'm myself, they're trying to do what I do now. I believe it was Schoolcraft for Wayne County, and I was taking a criminal justice class. At this time I was a sergeant. And I walk in the class and I sit in back because I want to stay out of the spotlight. I don't even want anyone to know I'm a police officer because the students in this class are taking this class to hopefully go to the academy one day. So I sit in back of the class and a female student says, "Are you the teacher? We've seen this before, teachers come in and sit in back and then walk up to the front and introduce themselves." And I pretty much said, "No, absolutely not, I'm not the teacher." But at that point I realized I don't think I'm gonna finish my degrees and what have you because I can't continue to do this. I didn't even get my associate's degree until 3 years ago, just wrapping that up with a different college. And I was gonna stop there, but during the process and what have you, during my recruiting process and all my interviews I sit in on and conduct with new hires, I learned about Cleary and I started investigating that. This program it was a lifesaver for me. The teachers work with you because you're law enforcement, they know your schedule, they're very flexible, but they walk you through everything. If I said, I'm sort of struggling a little bit, I haven't done an essay in quite some time, and these models I'm not quite understanding. Next thing I knew, there was a link, literally that night, step by step on how to understand, how to process it, and how to display it. And it was awesome. Depending on your years of service, they comp you credits. When I first started going back to school, I was a sergeant, and I'm taking Criminal Justice 101. And this is very basic. I mean, shouldn't even be in this class, to be completely honest with you. And they understand that. They understand with your experience, and they want to know, what's your experience in law enforcement? Have you been part of your detective bureau? Have you been part of your negotiating team, your SWAT team, administration? And they comp you to the credits that they believe cover that course. And I don't know too many colleges who do that. When Cleary first approached the department, we had a lot of naysayers. It's too good to be true. And I think a lot of people sat back and wanted to see how the first class went through. The first entire class went through the process, and now there is 11 people from this police department who can vouch for the program, and now there's a majority of others who are signing up and what have you, even at their own cost. Cleary has changed the way I think about the educational process. They make the process easy. They want you to succeed as much as you want to succeed. And they open doors for you later in your career that you will never think that they could have opened for you. The education, the degrees, the relationships that you're going to make is priceless.